24 months, and that takes into account obviously research, developing, piloting over different kind of levels of I'll call it children's experience within the core math. So I've done grade 4s, I've done grade 6, not grade 6, grade 2s, and then we've looked at special needs, we've looked at just typical learners, we've looked at learners that are struggling with maths concepts. So we've done that, and I've also piloted with some of the top players in the world as well, Luke Humphreys, Michael Smith, Joe Cullen, Chris Dobie, Nathan Aspinall, Dirk van Dievenbode, and Gowan Price as well. And Dirk actually surprised me with one of the quickest times, over 15 questions. I'll show you, I'll send you the link to it, but over that 15 questions, he was able to answer them in 23 seconds, 15 questions. Everybody else did it within 40, 40, and 50. So you look at that level of sharpness. If we can get that to our kids through the sport itself, that is basically it'll be a win for us, and it's the foundation of not only the schooling career, but it will give them, breed that confidence and competence moving into a career pathway in the future.
Is this also a way to lose the stigma around darts and get it into schools at an early age?
100%, and I think that you hit the nail on the head with that, because stigma needs to change. I think the popularity of the sport is not, it's a global, but I think that where it is within from a TV and entertainment perspective, high level of trend and interaction. But I think that where we're lacking is because the stigma is still attached. It's a pub sport. It's not that level. I mean, JDC do a fantastic job at showing that there's a pathway to professionalism. But I think that early stage, it's not about teaching them how to actually throw, but to make the game engaging is to know how to count, because if you have number anxiety, darts is really not going to be the game for you, because it's all about numbers. So if there's a fear of numbers, that's already a kind of a bridge that you need to cross, and a barrier that you need to cross. So I think that with them kind of focusing on it daily, I mean, you've increased your math knowledge over the years by just playing the sport anyways. If I told you what was 9 times 19, you'd immediately click it's 171, because that's 3 treble 19s. If you ask anybody else that's not darts orientated, it would be a struggle, because they'll then have to break it up and all of those things. So yeah, I think that the position that we have right now with the things that we've put in place with which is tutorials, learner management system that has data-rich analysis to tell you exactly where your kid is at in the core math skills ability. That's for each section as well. So it crosses addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and then we have dynamic maths and champion maths, which then lends itself to the sport itself and combines all of the elements that you've been taught. And then we obviously also have the mascot, which is Darty, and he has 6 other friends as well, which I call them the Darting Avengers, or the Maths Avengers, which will create a mascot character kind of opportunity, so that it becomes collectible, it becomes fun. Kids like toys, I like toys. So you kind of have that. I mean, kids learn about dinosaurs, like my son was talking about dinosaurs I've never heard of, simply because he's seen it with Jurassic Park and all of those. So when you're talking about maths and making them comfortable, creating a mascot like that, something that they can resonate with, not only the subject matter, but understand that it's a friendly environment to learn.